6 of the UK's hidden gems everyone keeps recommending are actually a waste of your day. And one of them has sent tourists to the hospital just for a photo. Every travel list online recycles the same 10 spots. But half of them stop being hidden the moment they went viral. And nobody tells you which 4 are genuinely still worth the drive. Hit subscribe right now, because by the time this ends, you'll know exactly which 6 to cross off your list, and which 4 to book instead. Number 10. Dirtle Door Dorset. This place used to be a quiet secret spot on the south coast of England. Now it is one of the most photographed beaches in the whole country. The big stone arch standing in the sea looks amazing in pictures, and that is exactly the problem. Every summer, thousands of people drive here just to get the same photo you have already seen online. The car park fills up early and charges you a high fee just to park your car. Then you must walk down a steep hill to reach the beach and walk back up after, which is tiring for many families. Some people even jump off the cliffs for a thrill, and sadly, this has caused serious injuries over the years. The beach itself is small, so on a busy day, you will be sharing your towel space with hundreds of strangers. This spot is beautiful, but it is no longer peaceful, and it is not worth the stress anymore. Number 9. Fairy Pools Isle of Skye. The name sounds magical, and the photos online make it look like a fairy tale. Clear blue water flows down small waterfalls into pools among the Scottish mountains. But the reality on the ground is very different from the dream. The car park is small and fills up fast. So many cars end up parked on the grass along the road, which local people are not happy about. The walk to the pools is muddy most of the year, and everyone is trying to reach the exact same photo spot. So you often wait in a small line just to take a picture. The water looks pretty, but it comes straight from the mountains, so it is freezing cold, and after rain, the current becomes strong and dangerous. Many visitors say the walk and the crowd take away the peaceful feeling they expected. This is a nice stop if you are already nearby, but it is not worth planning your whole trip around. Number 8. Malham Cove, Yorkshire Dales. This huge curved cliff of white limestone rock looks like something from another world, and that is exactly why film crews chose it for a famous movie scene. After that movie came out, this quiet countryside spot turned into a busy tourist stop almost overnight. Coach buses now bring large groups here every single day. To reach the top of the cliff, you need to climb a long, steep staircase, and on a busy day, you will be climbing it in a slow-moving line of people. The car park nearby fills up by mid-morning, so if you arrive late, you may end up parking far away and walking extra distance. All these visitors walking the same path every day have also caused damage to the natural rock and grass around the area. It is still a strong view once you reach the top, but the crowd and the climb make it feel more like a busy stop, not a peaceful nature walk. Number 7. Puzzlewood Forest of Dean. This old woodland looks mysterious, with twisted tree roots, moss-covered rocks, and narrow winding paths. It has been used as a filming location for popular shows, and that fame brought in a wave of visitors looking for that same magical feeling. But here is the truth nobody tells you. The walking path is very short, and most people finish the whole loop in under 20 minutes. You also have to pay an entry fee just to walk through, which surprises many first-time visitors who expected a free forest walk. Because the path is so small, on a busy weekend you will be walking closely behind other groups the entire time, taking away that quiet, private forest feeling you were hoping for. It looks great in photos, but once you are actually there, it feels more like a small paid attraction than a wild forest you can get lost in. Number 6. Kynet's Cove, Cornwall. The water here really is a stunning turquoise blue, with white sand and tall rock stacks rising from the sea, and pictures of this beach spread fast online. But there is one big detail most posts leave out. This beach can only be fully enjoyed at low tide. because at high tide, most of the sand disappears completely underwater. This means your visit depends completely on checking the tide times, and getting it wrong can leave you stuck on rocks as the water rises around you. The car park is tiny and fills up early, often before 9 in the morning during summer. There is only one small cafe at the top, so the queue for a coffee or a snack can take a long time. This beach is genuinely gorgeous, but between the tide timing, the parking rush, and the crowd, it takes far more planning than most people expect for a simple beach day. Number 5. Ribblehead Viaduct, Yorkshire Dales. This tall stone railway bridge stretches across open green hills, and it makes a dramatic photo, especially when a train is crossing it. Because of this, the spot has become extremely popular with photographers and social media users. The problem is that there is very little proper parking near the best viewing points. Many visitors end up stopping their cars right on the edge of the narrow country road, which is dangerous for both drivers and walkers. Local farmers have started putting up signs asking people not to park on their land because the constant traffic has damaged the grass verges. There are also no toilets, shops, or proper paths built for the number of visitors now showing up daily. The viaduct itself is an impressive piece of history, but the area around it was never built to handle this many tourists, which makes the whole experience feel rushed and a little unsafe. Number 4. Llanthony Priory, Wales. Now we move to the 4 places that are actually worth your time, and this old ruined priory is a strong place to start. It sits deep inside a narrow valley in the Welsh countryside, and the road leading to it is so quiet that many satellite navigation apps struggle to guide you properly. This alone keeps large tour groups away, because buses simply cannot use that road. When you arrive, you will usually find only a handful of other visitors walking among the tall stone arches that have stood here since the 1200s. There is a small, cozy cafe built right into part of the ruins, where you can sit and have a warm drink surrounded by history. There is no ticket booth, no queue, and no rush. The silence here feels earned, not staged for a photo, and that is exactly what makes it worth the drive. Number 3. Plockton, Scottish Highlands. This small fishing village sits quietly beside a calm sea loch in the Scottish Highlands, and it has managed to stay peaceful for a simple reason. There is no space for large coach buses to turn around in the village, so big tour groups simply skip it. What you get instead is a real working village, with small boats resting in the harbor and colorful houses lining the water's edge. Strangely, thanks to warm ocean currents passing nearby, palm trees actually grow along the seafront here, which surprises most first-time visitors to Scotland. In the evening, you can walk along the harbor wall and often spot seals swimming close to the shore. There are no crowds pushing past you, no queue for photos, and no rush to leave. It feels like a proper Scottish village that just happens to be beautiful, not a stop built for tourists. Number 2. Hartland Quay, Devon. Tucked away on the far edge of Devon, this coastline is shaped by powerful waves that have folded the rock layers into strange, twisted patterns over thousands of years. It also holds a long history of shipwrecks, with old wreck sites still marked along the cliffs. Because it sits far from the main motorways, most day trip tourists do not bother making the long drive out here, even in the busiest summer months. This means you can walk along the cliff path in near silence, listening to nothing but the waves crashing below. There is a small hotel and pub nearby, but no crowds, no queues, and no busy car park chaos. During stormy weather, the waves here crash against the rocks with real power, giving you a raw, honest view of the sea that feels completely different from a calm postcard beach. This is coastal Britain at its most real. Number 1. Applecross Peninsula, Scotland. This is the one place on this list that most people have genuinely never heard of, and it deserves to be at the very top. To reach it, you must drive over a single-track mountain pass filled with sharp hairpin turns, climbing high above the clouds before dropping back down towards the sea. This drive alone stops most casual tourists from ever attempting the journey. which is exactly why this place has stayed so quiet. It sits directly across the water from the world-famous Isle of Skye, yet receives only a small fraction of the visitors. At the top of the pass, you get one of the most dramatic views in the whole country, where mountains fall straight down into the sea below. At the end of the road sits a tiny village with a seafood shack serving food caught that same day. There are no crowds here, no queues, and no noise. Just genuine silence and one of the last true hidden places left standing in Britain. If any of these 6 wasted your time before, or you're finally planning that trip to Applecross, drop it in the comments below. Hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next list of places worth your time, and give this video a like if it saved you from a bad trip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.